What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about Marvel Strike Force. We're going to talk about some other things as well, but this video will mark the end of a journey, opportunity that was given to me a few months ago, maybe 3 months ago or so, and the situation where it puts me in relation with Marvel Strike Force, because Marvel Strike Force has been quite difficult to deal with, and with a few people that I talk with, they have been sharing the same experience. With the introduction of Overpowered, I made the executive decision of becoming a free-to-play player, and since then I feel how difficult it really is to play Marvel Strike Force, especially as a free-to-play player, because it seems that more and more events are pay to play, which means that if you don't have the characters unlocked, or if you don't have the characters at specific gear tier, you have literally no chance of you playing the new game modes, or even have any kind of experience. And even sometimes when you have an experience, it's a terrible experience. All of this started with Overpowered, which it was, I think right now, it was the worst decision that Marvel Strike Force could ever make, because it made the game so unfair when it comes to PvP, right? More and more players are stopping playing Cosmic Crucible and Alliance Wars because it's so unfair. You are pretty much losing anyway, so what's the point, right? And very soon we are going to get the next level of Overpowered level 12, with the introduction of the new level of ISO 8, and that means all the investment that you put on your gear tier 20 on your Overpowered level 11 is going to lose all its value. So keep that in mind. Everything that you did so far, say bye-bye after, because your opponents are going to have a higher level of Overpowered if you don't keep up with them, and because of that you're gonna get crushed. And remember that one character alone with next level Overpowered is enough to destroy your entire team. Maybe I did not post that video, but I had a live stream where a single Lady Death Strike destroyed my Illuminati with Odin, just because she had Overpowered level 11 and I had Overpowered level 10. That alone destroyed my entire team, and once again, because of that, many players are just stopped playing Cosmic Crucible and Alliance Wars. I can show you from the results. Last week I did not even play Cosmic Crucible. I was spending time with my wife and with my daughter, and this week I missed the first day because I had museum night with my wife. She made me walk for 10 hours going through different museums. We did half of marathon just with that. And then I lost that match, of course, but today I played very poorly, but I won the match. Why did I win the match? Because my opponent didn't even bother to attack as well. And this is a player that has Professor X even with a red skin, which is absolutely wild. So even if you are at the end game, even if you are with all the characters unlocked, it's not motivation enough for you to play, which is really remarkable, right? And it really shows the place where the game is right now. Now, that alone is not enough. Like I said, I made the executive decision of becoming a free-to-play player, and now we have all these game modes where you have to have the latest characters unlocked in order for you to just being able to play the game. And the worst part, which is really remarkable, is that it requires certain teams for you to complete the event, and the teams were not even available. On the Harbinger event, you have bonuses to use the Cursed team, and the Cursed team will only be completed tomorrow, and the event ends today. It's absolutely insane. This does not make any sense, right? And it really shows that Marvel Strike Force, especially at the developer level, they have no idea what they're doing. They are a boat that is lost at sea, and they don't know if they go north, they don't know if they go south. All they see is blue, and that's why they make these pointless decisions that really shows that they are completely lost with what they are doing. Once again, you have to pay to unlock the latest characters, and at the same time you are not even able to fully utilize them because it requires the entire team, and the event ends before the entire team is released. It's absolutely insane. Then with the Danger Room, this new game mode that they released, it's interesting on paper, but they removed a bunch of features that you had, and now they are forcing you to play the game multiple times just to know for sure how many points you are getting, right? In the past, you could calculate how many points you'd get based on the bonuses that you'd apply. It's no longer the case. It's no longer the case. Now you have to do the run, and then you have to make assumptions of what you expect just to complete the milestones. So it's a tricky way to increase the amount of gameplay you have, but it's very, very misleading. And this is just something I do not support. And that's why, like I said, a few months ago, I was able to get this opportunity to play Raid and experience it for myself. And that's why I've been pushing it, because it's a game that I feel like it's worth your time. I get other promotions that I don't accept because I try it and I'm like, what? For example, I got a promotion for some tank game and some fishing game or whatever. And you guys didn't see any videos like that, right? Because I felt like the games were not worth your time. With that said, I want to show you what is the experience like in Raid if you have paid to play elements like in Marvel Strike Force, or if it's completely not the case. This is my progress in Raid, so you can see that I'm about 120 days. So this is close to 4 months. You can see exactly the amount of days that I have logged in, 118 days. And with 118 days, I've been able to get 2 million power. And in terms of characters, I've been able to unlock a bunch of legendary characters. You can see right here. These are the ones that I'm using daily. And then you have a bunch of other stuff as well, which I don't use that often. Even some legendaries that I'm not using right now. The characters you obtain are going to be randomized, of course, unless you are going to use a promo code or anything like that to get those early started legendaries. But it's one of those games, and this is why I like Raid, is that you have to use what you get and deal with it, right? If life gives you oranges, you make an omelette. It's something like that. And in my opinion, it's really, really fun, because it's challenging you to come up with a solution. And even if you don't find a solution, the Raid community is big and wide, and you can always find someone that you can relate with to find a solution for that problem. Raid has like 5 million month active players, which is absolutely insane. And this is because of the depth of the game, right? Because everyone can have their own experience, whether it is on the variety of characters that have insane graphics, like the ones you see on the screen, but also in regards to the gear, in regards to the relics you obtain, even the masteries. Even the masteries can be different based on your different play style, which is something very important. And because of that, like, everyone has a different experience. But because the community is so wide, you can still find places where you can relate with. With that in mind, I will be making my own Raid channel in the future, where I'll put content in regard to that. And if you guys like my playstyle, like you did in Marvel Strike Force, and if you want to try Raid for yourselves, you can check out the channel where I will share the link in the near future, or on Discord or on YouTube. Right now is the best time for you to experience Raid for yourselves. You are still going through the 16-year anniversary of Polarium, and you're gonna be able to get this starter pack with some amazing goodies. And if you use the promo code right now on the screen, you're also gonna be able to get some additional champions as you log in Raid right away. First off, you're going to be able to unlock Ultimate Galek as you log into the game. This guy is very good because he does turn rewind with multiple of his abilities, attacks multiple targets at the same time, and on top of that, he also applies HP burns, which is like bleeds on the other game, which is very, very powerful in terms of your damage output. Also, you're going to be able to get Drake, which is a dragon from the Lizard Man, which will allow you to apply slow to all enemies, which is extremely important. And if you kill with this basic, he's gonna get additional turns. And yes, you can chain this into multiple attacks, killing the entire enemy team in just one go, which is absolutely insane. On top of that, you can also use one of these promo codes right now on the screen to get one of these additional legendary characters. First off, you have Loki, which is a very powerful controller that is able to apply ability block to your enemies. Then you're gonna get the promo code MONKEYKING for Song Wukong. Absolute Giga Shad in Arena is able to clap your entire enemy team with one go, and he applies stuns to everyone. Absolutely insane. Then you have Alice, spin to win, AoE damage to everyone, and she resets the cooldowns with how many enemies she defeats. Then you have Rurak from the Sylvan Watchers faction. He's a very strong tank, and on top of that he's able to apply barrier to everyone, which is really awesome to keep your team alive. Duarktik, she's a barbarian. She's a very powerful support, but also controller, as she can apply disrupt to the enemy teams, not allowing them to get buffs. And finally, we have the Demon Slayer. Yes, Tolin Falbeard. This guy absolutely insane. He crushes the enemies, decreases their attack, and claps them if they are from the demon faction. Once again, one of these legendaries will be available to you right away as you log in into the game if you use the promo code that you see right now on the screen. My recommendation would be to use the Demon Slayer or Alice. At this point in time, I really think Demon Slayer is the way to go, and especially for new players, I think you're gonna get massive advantage if you go with that character. The phase 2 of the Chaos Awakes event is about to start, and with the start of this new phase of the Chaos Awakes, you're gonna be able to get one additional legendary character absolutely for free. You just have to log in for 7 days, and for additional 7 days, you're gonna be able to obtain red stars for this character. The name is Lemmy Nisi, and she's also from the Sylvan Watchers faction, which, like I said, right now is the strongest faction in RSL Legends. Like Tolin Falbeard, she has also bonuses against demons, and she's also very strong against characters with shield, aka barrier, and if she applies heal block to the enemies, or if they have heal block from any source, she's gonna take less damage from those characters. So she's gonna be very powerful in any place in the game, whether it is in Doom Tower or Faction Wars, or even on the Cursed City, which is absolutely insane. Once again, Lemmy Nisi will be available to you just for logging in 7 days in Raid, and this will be available from July 4th onward. Make sure you use the code PP500, Game Leap, and Midsummer for some additional bonuses as well, but make sure you do this only after you use the code for your legendary character, as the legendary character codes have a 48-hour window of opportunity for you to claim. After that, it's no longer the case. So first use the legendary code and then use these other codes for additional rewards. So as you guys can see, right now is the best time for you to start playing Raid. Once again, make sure you use the QR code on the screen for these rewards to be available for you to obtain. And if you want to join our clans, let me know on Discord. The link will be in the description of the video, or let me know in the comments below if you are interested. We have some slots available, so if you want to join us, let me know. For the past 4 months, I've been able to progress quite a lot. If you take a look at the campaigns, I've been able to unlock fully Nightmare campaign, and for 4 months, I think that's pretty good progress. Faction Wars, we are halfway through, which is pretty decent as well. Then we have the dungeons, and the dungeons, we have this new event dungeon, which you don't have this feeling of pay to play. Even if you are a new player like myself, or maybe even at a lower level than I am, the stages are split in different difficulties, and based on those difficulties, you can adjust which teams you want to use, right? So you don't have this feeling of pay to play like you have in other games. Of course, if you have the most powerful characters in the game, it's going to be easier for you. But if you are a free-to-play player, if you are a new player, you can still participate in the game mode, in the new game mode, without feeling like you have to pay for anything in order for you to participate. Doom Tower resetted recently, but I have been able to progress quite a significant amount on the hard Doom Tower, which is absolutely insane. We're gonna take a look at some gameplay of the Spider here, just to see what kind of things we are dealing with. And in terms of the Cursed City, I have been doing the normal difficulty, but we have been able to progress quite a lot, as we have most of the areas cleared. And soon I'm gonna try to beat this boss in the middle, as is very, very difficult. Let's take a look at the Nether Spider on the Doom Tower hard mode. And this is a very interesting boss, because this boss spams poisons on your team, right? But I got lucky, I got this legendary that if my team has poisons, they do more damage. So that's gonna help us with this boss. Of course that you have different options depending on what you have available. I'm gonna use Freya for barrier. I'm gonna use Listen Tier for slow on the enemies. You guys, if you use the promo code, you can use Drake for that. Then you have the Meta, then you have Fatman, and then you have this guy that has a strange name. GETALICE or something like that. I also really like how they designed the levels, where because the boss is so challenging, the minions before the boss are not that challenging, right? Because we want to focus on what really matters, and if the boss is going to be very difficult, well, you don't want to get frustrated with just these minions before it. Okay, so far so good. We have these guys now in stealth. Let's destroy them, and then we have to focus on that big boss. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it works. Like I said, we're gonna benefit of me having this legendary, but you don't really need it. Like I said, raid is really, if you have oranges, make an omelette. It's really how it works. Okay, so we have all these poisons on my team. I'm gonna put some barrier. You can also clear those poisons away, and now we have to kill all the small spiders at the same time. This is because the spiders, if they survive, they will heal the boss every time you attack them. And you don't want that, right? You don't want that. You need to make sure that they disappear as fast as possible, because it's extra damage that you are taking and extra healing that the boss is also taking. At the beginning is not a big deal, because the boss is at full health, but after that it gets a little bit annoying, so yeah, you don't want that. Okay, with Listen Tier, we're gonna use his special to increase his base stats, which is going to increase damage output. We're gonna try to apply defense down to the boss. We managed to do it. Defense down, very important, because it reduces the defense of the opponent, of the boss in this case. And now we're gonna clear all those poisons away. It's going to reduce our damage output, but we just want to make sure that our health is stable enough that we can progress, right? And the boss is gonna to apply more poisons to us anyway. Other thing that the boss applies is poison sensitivity, and that means that you're gonna get more damage from each poison that you have on yourself. So watch out, you don't want to have way too many stacks of poison sensitivity, otherwise you might be one-shotted. Okay, one more turn of defense down, no more slow. So we're gonna try to just finish it off right now. Apply the slow again, so we have more time. Okay, cool. And we're gonna do the basic. We need another team attack, please, if possible. Extend those buffs, defense down again. And we are running out of damage. Can we finish it before the spiderlings show up? Probably not. But we can do single target damage and still finish the boss. Let's see if we can do that. We got a meteor. The boss is almost dead. Let's do the basic. Okay, almost there. Another basic. And it's over. Let's go. It's the spider down. So there you go. Very difficult, very challenging, but definitely fun. We have a summon rush going on right now, so we're gonna do some summons so we can complete this event, and we're gonna try to get 3,500 points so we can get Titan event progress. This will allow us to get red stars for Tolin, the legendary that everyone will have access if you use the QR code and the promo code for this guy. And 5 red stars on him is pretty solid, not gonna lie. Not only it boosts his crit damage, the accuracy and the resistance, but also it enables him to have some bonuses on the blessings, which is always helpful. So let's take a look. I'm gonna tell you about the characters that I'm gonna summon for it. Not that I'm a big fan of any of these characters, apart from this one. This one is pretty solid, applies poisons, it's a epic character, so it's much easier to gear up. And it applies X to everyone, which is great for Hydra, so it's a nice way to spice up Hydra. Now, these other 3 characters, they're like, okay, Kale, he applies poisons and he extends negative effects. I think he's a little bit underrated. Venus, she applies a ton of poisons and HP burn to everyone, so she's pretty nice as well. She's the highest rated character of the ones we are looking at today. And then we have this lizard. I need lizards. I need a legendary lizard, not this one. Unfortunately, this one is not bad, but I'm not sure. You should always have a legendary of each faction to help you progress in the faction wars. But I'm not sure. I'm not super impressed with this guy. So we're gonna summon all these voids, and then we're gonna summon some sacreds as well. And here we're gonna try to pull the new guy, I guess. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. We're just gonna focus on the best ones. Not expecting any legendary, but we'll see. This is some Draconis. I think he's used for some progress of anything. We'll see. Then we have Harvester. Not familiar with her. All these characters are like whatever. This guy is used for a fusion, so I guess that's fine. He's used to fuse Broadmaw, I think. I'm not sure. And then we have this guy, okay, veteran. We have seen this before. Gear Grinder, I think is also okay. Okay-ish, as you guys can see. For a rare. Not everyone is using rares. I think at this point, I don't need most rares. And another Gear Grinder, and the final void is gonna be what? What can we get from here? Oh, an epic. Is the cat? Oboro. I have no idea who Oboro is. She seems like she has very good ratings, so I guess she's good. We'll see. Decreases defense for 2 turns. Will attack all enemies instead if the target is under 4 or more debuffs. Okay, interesting. Then attacks 2 times, 75% chance of transferring all debuffs from the champion to the target. Veil or perfect veil, okay. Places a crit rate on this champion, okay. Veil, okay. And places a revive on death on this champion whenever. I guess she's fine. Maybe a little bit overrated, but we'll see. Let's move on now to the sacred. We're gonna do 3 sacred. That should be enough for the event. So here we go for the first sacred. Here we go. Epic. No Goroyo, no idea. Seems like this guy is mid. Okay. Out of Shadowkin. Let's move on. Last summon, we also summoned a bunch of Shadowkin as well. A Void, who is this? Crypt Witch? I have no idea. Is she good? Seems like she's decent. And now for the last summon, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Show me something good. No, epic. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, who is this guy? Wuzgare. Never seen him. Decent rates, so he might be useful. Okay, we are done with the summons. Like I said, this is just to complete the event. Because, yeah, if you are summoning, if you're not going to get anything, at least make sure that you are getting the points. So here we go. We get all these amazing rewards. And we're going to save everything else for later. And these last remaining points, we're going to get them through mystery shards, because that's just good enough for us. So yeah guys, this has been my experience for the past months in Raid, and I'm really happy about that, because once again Marvel Strike Force is not at a good place right now, and I'm glad that I have been given this opportunity and I have been able to cover this game. Hopefully you guys got some enjoyment of this game as well. Hopefully you guys tried it for yourself, and if you have not tried it yet, once again make sure you check out the QR code on the screen to activate all those bonuses that we mentioned before. Once again, you have the 16-year anniversary of Palladium to give you insane rewards. This is an insane amount of energy, chickens to increase your yellow stars, and the books that works like T4s from MSF. Then don't forget to use one of these promo codes to get a legendary character on the first 48 hours of you starting your journey in Raid. And after, you can use the promo codes Midsummer, PP500 and Game Leap for additional rewards every 24 hours, because that's the cooldown of the promo codes. On top of that, phase 2 of the Chaos Awaken events starts soon in July 4th, which you're going to be able to have access to a calendar, which you're going to be able to get this new legendary, Leminizi. Once again, very powerful against enemies with barrier, very powerful against enemies that have heal block applied to them. And for this legendary, you just have to log in 7 days straight, and that's pretty much it. So as you guys can see, right now is really the best time for you to start playing raid. And if you want a spot on my clan, make sure you leave a comment below with that intention, or contact me on Discord. The link is in the description of the video for that as well. Make sure to check out my raid exclusive channel in the near future. And that's going to be all for now, guys. I hope you guys had a good time, and I will catch you guys later.